Mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cell. So the left side is basically kind of a cell structures of the mitochondria. And in this one, what we will just see, this is what it does look like. And based on the quality and quantities of the mitochondria, as they are powerhouse of the cell, right? Either you can be fatigued, you can be tired, and or you can be, energetic and living a joyful life. So this is what it could be. So your energy level will be basically in your hand. There could be so many factors that could be happening externally, but you still have a control to have your life the way you want. And mainly, so how can we control that? If we take care of our mitochondria. So if we take care of our mitochondria, instead of feeling energetic, instead of feeling tired and all, we can definitely feel energetic. And let's understand more about this. What does this mitochondria? This mitochondria not only is the battery of our cell, right? It's not only the battery of our cell. What it also does is, whenever there is some stress, whenever cortisol is very high, it also try to go to defense mode. So that means, let's say if you have 1 rupee and your 75 rupees, 75 paisa goes to defense mode, only 25 paisa is remaining for as an energy mode, which you can consume. But out of 1 rupee, if you have a 90 paisa, which can be used as an energy or saving, right? You can utilize that money for anything. And 10 only goes to as a spending, which goes for the defense mode. If you analyze that, that's where it depends on, how you can use that 1 rupee, whether you are most of are using as an investment or most of you are using as a just expenditure. Depending on that, either you can feel fatigue or you can feel energetic. So that is what it will depend. So let's understand how we can actually use this more as an energy generators, right? Battery pack, rather than driving that energy in the negative direction, that is basically towards defense. So this is something that, as I told you, right, I'm a scientist. I'm so interested in what kind of research that's going on in the area. So if we look at this picture, mitochondria, if this mitochondria dysfunction leads to multiple issues, if we look about the nervous system, right, seizures, tremors, dementia, etc. If we talk about the liver, it's basically, even it happens even in infants. Liver failure in common, it's very common in infants with mitochondrial dysfunctions and fatty liver. And similarly, it's very much related to fertility, that is directly related to the both male and female fertility. And similarly, certain kidney issues. And if we look at the skeletal muscles, the muscle weakness, exercise intolerance, cramps, right? All these issues could happen. Similarly, with respect to diabetes and insulin resistance, and multiple issues that will come. And this is the what I took from this article, that is what the reference out shown here. Similarly, if you look at out here, right, another paper talking in the similar line. So if your mitochondria, this is basically diseases related to your mitochondrial dysfunction. So if your mitochondria is not functioning very well, so then what could happen? So this is all kind of disease. Let's just focus for right now in the weakness, right, in this area. Let me use, I can. Okay, weakness, fatigue, cramps, muscle pain, myopathy, neuropathy, exercise intolerance. So this is very, very commonly many people will experience in day-to-day basis compared to all other, right? But we will think, yeah, this is today we were working very hard, so that's why it happened. Or because it's age related, which is not the case, right? It is because your mitochondria is not functioning very well. Therefore, that is what. But that will also eventually lead to all other diseases what is shown out here. So therefore, if we take care of our mitochondria, we can definitely take care of all this. Of course, there are other parameters that needs to be looked, not just only mitochondria, but mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell can be the primary factor for all this. This is another example specific to fertility. Nowadays there is a lot of issues with respect to fertility. But if your mitochondria is not functioning very well, right, there will be definitely an issues with the fertility. And this is here what you're seeing from the sperm. This is related to the ovum, the egg part. So in both male and female fertility, we'll have an issue. And they are very much important that the mitochondria remains healthy.